All right, today we're going to be drawing Yoshi. And for those of you new to the channel, I am your typical average artist here, and I am trying to see how much better I can get if I draw every single day. And as a sub goal here, I'm trying to draw every Super Smash Brothers character I can, or actually every character before Super Smash Brothers Ultimate comes out. So I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's a fun challenge, and I hope that I can get better at drawing these. So if you, as you're watching, um, are interested in drawing and that sort of thing, feel free to draw along with me. You know, curious to see if you can make it better than I can draw it. Right. Um, this is day 5, so still early on in the process. So if I'm still awful, then that's why. um, and yeah, I just think drawing is a cool skill, and that no one is an amazing drawer by nature, but it is. I'm going to move this actually. No one is an amazing artist by nature. Everyone has to practice it, and so if you're interested in drawing more, just go do it because it's super fun and super worth it. So Yoshi here, he has always been one of my favorite characters. I really like Yoshi. I think he is fun, and I remember as a kid I'd always play him in Mario Party and things like that. He was always my go-to. Now that I've gotten a little older, he's a little less. I play as him less, but I just think he's fun. Also, what's kind of interesting with Yoshi is, he first showed up in Super Mario World in 1990 when the game first came out. And what's interesting is obviously he appeared as Mario's steed, right? So Mario would ride him around. And what's interesting is you don't see Mario ride him ever anymore. That part of Yoshi's history is now kind of gone. And what's also kind of interesting is if you look at the Super Smash Brothers fighter page on their website, they're even starting to classify Yoshi as its own franchise. He's not even considered a Mario character anymore, which is interesting. They consider him a Yoshi character. He is his own man, which is kind of cool. Kind of interesting. Cool to see how far he's come as a character. Again, I think he's just super fun and charismatic, and so it's fun to see him kind of get more of a spotlight, right? My son, I got a little guy here at home. My son really likes Yoshi, and it's pretty adorable to hear him try to say Yoshi's name. It's like Shishi or something. It's pretty awesome. Hmm. Let's do this. That comes around there, and that comes around there. I'm actually curious if there's anyone who doesn't like Yoshi. Yoshi's one of those characters that literally I feel like everyone has a soft spot for this guy. he is just a charismatic dude, and so I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Oh man, I think he's so annoying," or "I don't like him." So, if in the comments, you've ever heard of anyone say they don't like Yoshi, or you don't like Yoshi, let me know. I think you would be the first ever to say that. And probably since this is YouTube, there will be some trolls that say they don't like Yoshi, but deep down they really do. Because I think who doesn't like Yoshi? I think you gotta be maybe like drunk as a kid or something. I don't like Yoshi. He's just one of those guys that everyone loves. And what's interesting is his feet on his shoes, I guess, Yoshi, they kind of remind me of like Mickey Mouse feet. They've got a similar sort of look to them, and they're kind of interesting that way. So this is kind of random, but the Super Mario theme park coming to Universal Studios in a couple years. That is going to be amazing. I really like. Disneyland is cool and everything, but I think part of it is, just the fact that there are so many people there and everything. Like, I don't know. I've lost kind of some interest in it to a degree. Maybe I'm too hipster or something. I don't know, but Nintendo Land, that seems like one of those things that I am 100% on board with. I think that will be super fun, and I just really want to go. I think that it'll be cool, and the idea of like being able to do real Mario Kart, or I've seen talks about maybe like Donkey Kong, like minecart rides and things like that. Just there's so much you could do with these characters, and to feel like you're in the game, that I just think would be super fun, and just great to experience. There's something about experiencing them on a console, but if you could live it, that's pretty sweet. So let's go like this. So I like asking this question, and I'll just keep doing it. But I'm curious who your favorite character is in Smash Brothers. Is it Yoshi, perhaps? Yoshi, actually, in Smash Brothers is really interesting because Yoshi is one of those that from day one in Smash Brothers has done his own thing. Everyone else has this up B that actually gets you back on the board, but Yoshi kind of is left out high and dry because he just throws an egg, which I guess works, but doesn't give you any extra aerial, right? Like if you're off the edge and you try to jump back up, there's nothing you can really do about it, but it's kind of unique. So I always think it's pretty cool, the people who start really good at Yoshi, because it's It is a different ball game with him. Kind of looks like Yoshi has teeth. That was not the intention. Did not intend him to have teeth. But it's just a tongue. A little tongue. Yeah, Yoshi is a great character. Actually, when my son was born, I drew a Yoshi picture and I painted it and put it on the wall. And maybe I'll post that at some point. That turned out really, really well, actually. And so I really liked it, and it's up there now. Now I got to think, because I have a daughter too, and I got to think through what I'm going to draw for my daughter. I don't know which character to do. I mean, I could do like a Princess Peach or something, I don't know. But at the same time, like I also, if I do Peach, I want to make sure she looks really good, right? Like Yoshi is easy enough to draw that I felt really confident doing it, and it actually turned out super well. But Peach, I think, would be harder to make look right. Because even like a drawing like this that I made, I feel like if this were just on my wall, I would like judge it too harshly, right? I'd be like, oh, that doesn't look like Yoshi exactly, and whatever. But it turned out really well. But with Princess Peach, I feel like it's almost surely that I'll mess up something. So, anyways, we'll call this one done. I feel pretty good about it. This is fighter number 5. And we are back on track. This is day 5 down here. And in terms of score, ultimately, I like how he turned out. I think the face is pretty good. Obviously, I did a weird thing and gave him what looks like teeth, right? For some reason, and that's a little weird. But ultimately, I like the face. Even like some of his legs, I think, are good. If you'll notice here, though, there's a little bend in his knee, if you can see that. Whereas over here in my drawing, I don't have a bend in that knee, and so it doesn't look quite as organic. It looks a little bit more stiff in my drawing. And then the other thing I would say is my hands are not nearly as good as these hands, right? So I'd want to kind of tighten that up as well. So overall, I'm going to give this a solid, I'll give this a solid 6 out of 10. I think it's decent. I think it's good. And I can go back and clean it up. Like if I were to take this into Illustrator and try to give it really tight lines, I think it would actually end up looking a lot better. So 6 out of 10, I think definitely works well. So anyways, glad you could join us. See you tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're doing Kirby, which should be nice and easy. Just a bunch of circles. It's going to be fantastic. See you tomorrow.